So you'll have one or not very many because I know these take a while. But area of a triangle, they're going to give you 3 corners, 3 vertices. So you don't have to know base and height in order to do this. Okay? But this is the way you set up. What do those vertical lines, this is a matrix, but this is not a bracket, these are the vertical lines, so that means we're finding the what of this matrix from yesterday. Not the dinosaur, not the dragon. It starts with a D though. Determinant. Okay. Thinking of words that start with D. Okay. So you have to find the determinant, which that's the diagonal thing. We'll go through that. Absolute value or determinant of that, and then you take it times a half. Okay. So now with this one also, this is area. So what happens if you get a negative value for your determinant? You just make it positive. So you can also think of these as the absolute value, okay? Because area can't be negative. So this is our formula. Notice the AB is going to be the ordered pair. So we're going to put each set of ordered pairs in here. The order will not matter as long as it's X and then Y. The third column will just be ones. So we're going to use this formula to answer the question on the bottom of page 191, which I'll go to now. Okay, so notice the ordered pairs are here. There's ones in the third column. And you just have to plug the ordered pairs in. It doesn't matter which order you go in. So you notice they went negative 4, 3. That's this one. 3, 1 is that one. Negative 2 is that one. And we'll set one up and do this. So here's their example, and then we'll do the one at the bottom. They have 3 ordered pairs. They wrote them just straight down. So x's, y's, and then 1's. X, y, 1. So we have 0, 0. 4, 12. Negative 2, 8. The 1's, they did the diagonals. Found the value of the determinant. Took it times a half, and that's the area of this triangle. Okay? So the first thing, let's get this formula set up looking at number 3. Number 3, that's on page 191, this example 3. So area equals 1/2 we should read the problem first. Raise money for a rowing club. They advertise a car wash at 3 different street corners in the neighborhood. So there are your ordered pairs. Each unit represents a half kilometer. So these ordered pairs, these are just what's going to go in here. So 3, 15, 1, 6, 4, 1, 11, 9, 1. The question is, if you had 3 dimensions in x, y, and z, could you find the volume of a solid using this method? There's your research question. Okay, so setting this up, do you see where everything came from? Is that okay? Okay, so I'm going to move the book. So what's the next step? We have to find this determinant. This 1/2 times it. Don't distribute. Okay? Don't distribute that. We're going to use this later. So don't distribute the 1/2. We have to find the determinant first. Awesome. at that. There's our steps from yesterday. Okay. So we're going to rewrite the first two columns out here. And then you're going to start in the top left, and you're just multiplying at the diagonal down, going like this. And add the parts together. No negative numbers. Makes it nice. Ooh, 15 times 1 times 11. You know the trick for multiplying by 11s?
You use 10 and then you add
11 by 2 is 22. By 3 is 73.
or you just
That's true.
multiply by 10 and then add it.
Add another one, that works. That's not really the trick I'm looking at, though. That's the 9s. That's the 9s. This is cool. This is cool. So you have 11 times 15. It's going to be 1, 5. 1 plus 5 is 6. 165.
Wow.
Yeah. That just happened. Okay. So what's 11 times 23? 253. 11 times 71. 781. Ready for a hard one? 11 times 58. Yes. Yes. So you have the 5 and the 8, but when you add 5 and 8, you get 13, right? So the 3 goes there. You carry the 1 over, 638. All right. School day's over. We learned something. Let's go home. 3:30. Okay. Anyway, 11s are cool. I like 11s. And that's 54. So is this coming back from yesterday? Okay. Add all that up. $231. That's 15, 60, and 30, 90. Is this okay, other than Juan who's gone yesterday? Is that, Bethany, is that better now? Okay. Good. So, do I take top minus bottom or bottom minus top?
Bottom minus top.
Bottom minus top. So 231 minus 161 equals 70. So area equals 1/2 of 70, which is 35. That's not going to be the answer. We have something else to read in the problem, though. Because this is 35 units, right? Or square units.
Like when like the last operation, like meet the one, like the
17.5.
right 231 minus 161. It's like the bottom minus the top.
Bottom minus top. It's always bottom minus top. So I'll get you a copy of these notes right here. These are the steps for 3 by 3.
Divide by half.
Okay. Hang on. Dividing by a half is the same as multiplying by 2. Now, the other thing we have to consider, and I was ready for this, is each unit represents a half a kilometer. A unit, not a square unit, a unit. And this is square units. So if 1 unit equals a half of kilometer, what does 1 unit squared going to equal? Half a kilometer squared, what's 1/2 times 1/2? You said 1/4. So you are correct that we are going to have to divide. But 35 divided by 1/4 is the same as 35 times 4, because 1/4 would be the same times 4. Or do you have to multiply by 1/4? What you're going to do here? Do you divide by 0.25 or multiply by 0.25?
Multiply.
So if 1 unit is a 1/4 of a kilometer squared, you would multiply 5, and you get, let's see, 36 would be 9, 8.75. So their advertising covers 8.8 3/4 square kilometers. Figure out how many people live in there, and then you can figure out how many people you've reached through your advertising, whether it's been a worthwhile investment.
People whose job it is to do that stuff.
Marketing analysis.
Boring.
Probably pays well.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Do you want me to go through a whole 3x3 system solving the whole thing through? I don't mind doing it, but it's going to take a lot of your time going through this in class. You know the steps already. Okay? If you want to get going, you want me to go through one, I can walk through this one with you. Okay. If you look at this, remember the coefficient matrix we had yesterday? Remember making those? You find that determinant. That's what the C is underneath here. That's what we divided by each time. So then, I think you only have 1 or 2 of these to do on your assignment. It's not very many, because it takes a while. For your x, remember what goes in place of the x values. You want me to go through one? Let's look at these numbers down here. This is going to be a little overwhelming, but I think you'll see the picture a little bit easier. You notice down here, these numbers don't change that you're dividing by. So 621, 621, 621. Okay, that's the determinant of your coefficient matrix. That's this determinant of C. Is that okay? So that's just the diagonal process. Going down, going up. On top, you notice these 2 columns are the same, but what happened? Where did these numbers come from?